It's the Hot Talk Morning Show with Dave Priest, the Hot Talk Morning Show on 99.5 FM and streaming live at WRNN.net.
Coming up in a second, going to be talking to one of the food trucks that are going to be in the premiere of the Food Network show, the Great Food Truck Race, which starts this coming Sunday. And they filmed it right here in Myrtle Beach. So we'll find out a little bit about what went on while the guys and gals were in town here a couple of months back. That's all coming up next right here on Hot Talk 99.5.
I like big butts and I cannot lie. You other brothers can't deny. Now when a girl walks in with an itty bitty...
You knew I had to do it.
I knew you had
I knew
to.
I had to do it. So anyway, we'll talk to Baby Got Mac coming up in just a second. All right, it's 9:37. About 2 months ago, I was driving around. I was over at Soho for one of my Thursday night affairs, and I was driving home, and I understood. I heard a birdie in my ear say that, hey, there were some food trucks in town because they're filming an episode of the Great Food Truck Race. It's a show that I watch every year on the Food Network, and I happened to get right behind a food truck. And I didn't tell these guys this before I got this, but I saw the food truck and it said Baby Got Mac. And I thought to myself, I said, that is the coolest name ever in the world. And it just so happens that on the phone with us right now, we do have Clinton, who is with the food truck Baby Got Mac. Clinton, hey, how you doing this morning?
I'm doing pretty good. How you guys doing?
Doing awesome. Now, obviously, you were here in town a couple of months ago as they were filming the premiere, the very first episode of this current season of the Great Food Truck Race. It premieres this coming Sunday night. It's on the Food Network. And you were able to take part in that. And like I said, I told you off the air, but I'll tell all the listeners here at the same time. We can't ask you too much about what went on in the show because you'll get fined like bazillions of dollars, and we don't want to do that to you and have to sacrifice your food truck or anything like that. But how was the experience of being on the Great Food Truck Race?
All in all, it was really, really fun. We made so many new friends just along the trip. Just the other competitors, the people from the city. It was a whole lot of fun.
Now, obviously, I mean, you were here in Myrtle Beach for the premiere, the very first episode, which is going to be airing again this coming Sunday night on the Food Network. How did you find the city of Myrtle Beach? I mean, you're on the West Coast right now, and first of all, I applaud you for getting up at 6:30 in the morning to talk to me.
Thank you.
But how did you find Myrtle Beach? Was this the first time you'd ever been here?
Yeah, it was our first time on the East Coast in general, and Myrtle Beach was fantastic. When we got there, everybody was so nice. Everybody was happy to see us and in a good mood and just polite and friendly, and it was a big difference from Los Angeles.
So that's Southern hospitality. That's what it's all about, Clinton. Now, your food truck is Baby Got Mac, and obviously, like I said, it's one of the greatest names that I've heard. But what can you do with mac? What can you do with mac and cheese? I mean, what kind of creative stuff do you do out of your food truck?
We like to think of it as macaroni and cheese is like a blank vessel to get whatever flavors you want across to the person. So we're real big on taking local favorite foods and turning them into macaroni and cheese.
So you have like shrimp and grits mac and cheese? I mean, what are some of the most outrageous or some of the best or most unusual mac and cheese flavors you got?
Oh, depending on where you go, you can do buffalo chicken wings as a mac and cheese.
Ooh.
That's real easy. We do a Philly cheesesteak as a mac and cheese. If you go up to Canada, we do like a poutine turned into a mac and cheese. That's really, really good.
That is just my carb dream. That just came true.
Yeah, that's you're carving out for sure.
Did you actually do like a barbecue?
Low fat, low carb.
Oh. Did you do a barbecue mac and cheese while you were here in the Carolinas?
You'll have to check.
You'll have to watch yourself.
Uh-oh.
See, again,
you guys are famous for South Carolina barbecue, right?
See,
Yes.
you may have stumbled on something, but like I said, we don't want to get you in trouble.
No,
so
no,
totally
I'm
understand.
sorry. I was just so totally interested
understand.
in that.
Okay, well, let's go through the process here at the beginning. Now, the Great Food Truck Race has been on Food Network for several years. Tyler Florence is the host. Now, he's a Carolina boy. Did he make any reference? Well, I guess we'll have to watch, so I won't ask you that. But Tyler, how is Tyler Florence? I mean, he looks like he's very friendly, and he looks like he cares about the food truck participants when he's there in the show that I've watched in the past. Did you get along well?
Yeah, we got along pretty good with him. He was very friendly. He was very, this is my hometown, treat everybody fantastically, and he had that same Southern hospitality that we got from everybody in the area.
Now let's go back to the process and how this all began. Now, like I said, the show's been on for several seasons. Was this a show that you guys had watched from your home base in the L.A. area, and you said, we got to get on the show? I mean, how did that all go about, and how long did it take for you to actually get on?
Oh, we've watched it a lot over the years. We're big into the food, like anything Food Network related. We watch all the shows. It kind of sits on the TV in the background no matter what we're doing because we're professional chefs here at home. So I like to watch it and listen to it just for random ideas that I can turn into macaroni and cheese later. So I saw it and I'm like, us personally, we've always wanted to have a food truck. So we already bought the stuff to start a food truck, and we're going that direction. It was like, let's give it a shot, see what it's like, get a little experience behind us.
Well, that's what I was going to ask, because a lot of times you'll see and I'm the same way. I watch a lot of the cooking shows, even though I don't have the talent that you do have. And we're talking to Clinton. He's with Baby Got Mac, one of the food trucks that are going to be in the Great Food Truck Race this coming Sunday. It premieres on the Food Network, and the premiere episode was taped right here in Myrtle Beach just a couple of months ago. Now, some of the other things, if I watch Chopped or watch something else, and they'll talk to some of the kids or the chefs that are there, and they'll say, yeah, I want to win this money so I can start my own food truck. I mean, that seems to be something that's huge. Is it as big around the country? I mean, are there pockets of it where it's more popular?
I know I haven't done much outside of California, the West Coast, California, Oregon, Washington, that type of thing. But here in Southern California, food trucks are huge. They're all over the place, except for the little area that we're in. Ventura has like a handful, but not a ton. And it's just something that I've really wanted to do. We have a catering company, and I just want to get my food out to as many people as possible. And being able to drive the kitchen to your house seems like the best way to do that.
What are some of the challenges of having a food truck? I mean, it's not, and we're talking about food trucks that actually prepare the food. We're not talking about just a place that brings prepackaged sandwiches and stuff like that. That's not really a food truck. You got a food truck where you're going out there and you're preparing, right from the flat top right to the person's mouth. So, I mean, what are some of the challenges? I mean, you have to worry about weather, you have to worry about parking, do you have to worry about cops running you off? I mean, what are some of the things that you have to run into on a daily basis?
Absolutely all three of those. The weather is a huge thing. Finding parking is make or break in every situation because you can't serve the people if you can't actually set up and open for them to eat. The kitchens are smaller than most kitchens in restaurants that I'm used to, so just having that smaller area to deal in was a big challenge off the bat. You get used to it, and you kind of learn your surroundings and how to make everything work, and you build your menu around that. But when you first start out, everything is a challenge. Everything that could possibly happen can make a difference on the truck.
So here's my question. Who came up with the name Baby Got Mac?
That was actually, the truck is me and my wife and a friend of ours, and we are a 90s themed truck. We play the 90s music. We base all of our stuff kind of on 90s pop culture references.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And it just kind of happened.
Oh, that's neat.
And that actually, you could probably be sitting around and maybe watching TV or listening to music, and you hear something, a song, or see a show that was popular in the 90s, and you're like, oh, that's perfect. And I mean, and you could probably come up with another idea for either a play on words for your menu or something like that.
Oh, definitely. We spend a lot of our time, like, anytime something will pop up, go, oh, that works good.
Oh,
We find
okay.
out what words it is, and then we base a regional food off of that, and we kind of try to tie everything all together so that it all works.
Now, when my wife and I watch the Great Food Truck Race, there's a lot of times, like you said, parking is one of the things that's a trouble to possibly find. There's got to be times when you'll go to a place and you think that this is going to be just a killer location. There's going to be a ton of foot traffic, and then you get there, and then it's just crickets. There's just nothing happening,
Yeah.
It's got to be really frustrating.
It's super frustrating because you kind of build it up in your head. This is going to be wonderful. You get all the stuff. You start making all the food, and then you can be in a position where you've got enough food to feed a couple hundred people and no people out there to eat.
Oh.
I'm the guy on the inside of the truck, and my wife is usually outside, and it's like I can't go out there and get them, so I'm trying to get her to bring as many people as she can find back to the truck.
So is your wife a good wrangler? Because I mean, in watching the show, I know that that's part of the thing. You got to go out there, and you have to be able to go out there and make it as attractive to as many people that are around there. It's like, hey, I got food right over there. You got to stop by. You got to get this. Is she a good wrangler?
She's better than she'll give herself credit for. I'll say that. I think she's fantastic at it, but she will always say that she's not good enough and she needs to do better. And she's real hard on herself that way, but she's fantastic at it.
Now, there's so many questions I would love to ask you that I can't. As far I guess I'll have to watch the episode this coming Sunday along with everybody else on Food Network to find out what's going on. But, obviously you've got your food truck going on and you're in the Los. Do you basically stay in Ventura and in the L.A. area where you are, or do you try to venture out anywhere?
Actually, we have a catering company, and we do all of Southern California. We do catering for, from weddings and events to we do some small film shoots and commercials and that kind of stuff. We do catering for anybody.
Okay, well, you can spill this then. Any big stars or anybody that we know that you've actually catered for as far as in the film industry or anybody in SoCal that we might know?
We've done a couple of things for people like directors Kevin Smith. We've done a lot of pop culture-y things for some local, like smaller warehouses and that for actual film stars. We've done like Casper Van Diem, a lot of small independent movies. We do those mainly because it's still just me and my wife doing the catering company, so we can't do the big, huge blockbuster movie sets because we'll drive ourselves crazy trying to feed hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people.
Oh, speaking of driving yourself crazy, I know we got to let you go here in just a second here, and we're talking with Clinton with the food truck Baby Got Mac. Make sure and root for them when they are on the great food truck race starting this weekend, and the premiere episode was filmed right here in Myrtle Beach. Speaking of driving yourself crazy, one of the thing that whenever we talk to somebody who's been on a reality show, whether it's The Voice or whether it's American Idol or whether it's any of the Food Network shows, is that this was taped at least a couple of months ago, and you know the outcome of everything, and you've got to keep your mouth shut because if you say anything, how hard is it for you not to say anything to anybody about what happened to you or in any of the episodes?
It's so hard because we had such a great time, and we just want everybody to see the great time and know what happened, and it's so hard to just sit here and wait. We've been waiting for weeks, just like, when will June 9th get here? When will June 9th get here? Just so that we can talk about it.
Do you have a watch party set up for this Sunday night to watch the episodes?
We are in the process of planning one right now. We've got a bunch of people that want to go. We're trying to find a location in Los Angeles to do it.
You're a catering company. You should be able to come up with something pretty easy. Come on.
I was thinking the food would be great.
I know, but so many places are like, yeah, you can come in, but you can't bring any food. Everybody's got to do all these rules for who can go and who can watch and what they've got to do, and it's like, just give me a big open area with a projector, and we'll be fine.
I'm thinking backyard.
It might be.
It might be a great idea.
That's what it's leaning towards. We've got some friends who are like, I've got a big backyard. You can have it here. So that's most likely what's going to happen, just a bunch of our friends in the backyard somewhere.
Well, Clinton, first of all, thanks for joining me bright and early in Pacific time this morning to be on. Good luck. I don't know how long you make it in the show, but I hope you win. It starts this coming Sunday night. It's on the Food Network. It's a great food truck race hosted by Tyler Florence, a South Carolina boy. And Baby Got Mac is the guys that we're talking to right now. Clinton, thanks for joining us here this morning. Good luck. And after the show is over, good luck in the rest of your endeavors, and hopefully your food truck business continues to flourish.
Thank you very much. Had a great time.
All right. Thanks so much. Appreciate it. All right, it's 9:50. It's Hot Talk 99.5. It is the Hot Talk Morning Show. And I'm not kidding when I say I watch the show for every week. Of course, I can't watch it live because I got to get up. I go to bed at 7 o'clock, so I tape it and I watch it the next day. So that I have to worry about people doing the spoiler alert on me because I can't watch shows live. I have to watch them the next day because I get up so ungodly early. Yeah, you're the same way.
I live in that world, so I totally understand that.
All right, Clinton, good luck to you and everybody with Baby Got Mac, which, again, is the best name ever.
It is the best.